welcome back to our podcast, Sips and Trips,
where we sip
and we trip over our words, our caffeine, and sometimes over weird cafe layouts.
This is our first official episode,
and we are so excited to share our newfound knowledge.
The places that we are talking about today can be found in Princeton, so they should be easily accessible to everyone if they choose to visit them and pick up a matcha or coffee.
Or if they choose not to, because some of the places were a bit questionable.
Throughout this episode, we are going to be talking about a few major points, such as the overview of location, menu, ambiance, and overall vibes.
A coffee review section and a matcha review section where we rate our drinks and we rate the food that we get.
And some closing thoughts on what we thought and whether or not we would recommend a visit to these places.
Based on this information, you can choose whether or not you'll be stopping by to try.
Today, we are going to compare and review two coffee and matcha shops. Ooika on 300 Witherspoon Street, Suite 102B in Princeton, New Jersey, and Maman on 43 Hullfish Street in Princeton.
These places were definitely very different, so there'll be lots of notes.
Don't worry if you lose track. We'll do an overview at the end, rating the places out of 10.
This is opinion-based, so don't be offended if we don't favor your favorite spot.
So sit back and relax
as we tell you about our fun adventures.
First off, we're going to be talking about the location and the setting of these cafes.
Comparing Ooika and Maman, there'll be some large differences.
Right off the bat, location was a bit iffy at Ooika, and it took us a couple of tries and drive rounds to find it.
It was tucked away and it had very little signage.
It was also not in the heart of Princeton like we were expecting, so it wasn't quite where we thought we were going.
On the other hand, Maman was the opposite.
Main road, large space, and even though it was crowded, the service was good. And the first Maman was actually started in New York City, so it's pretty well known.
Once you stepped in, they definitely had different vibes.
Ooika was dark and moody and cramped,
with a bit of a confusing layout.
And Maman was bright and cheerful and had beautiful blue floral decor.
Definitely a picturesque aesthetic.
If you can't tell yet, we might be showing some bias towards Maman. But just wait, there are more factors involved.
Talking layout, there were lots of elements, like tables, sizing, and architecture.
Ooika had two doors. It was kind of confusing which one was the main entrance, and it also had lots of tables, which most were full when we arrived.
Something really cool about Ooika was that they ground their own matcha in the back, so you can see what it looks like when it's actually happening.
That was really cool and added some value.
Definitely interesting for anyone who's a matcha lover, myself included.
At Ooika, even though there were lots of chairs, the setup was cramped, and they were kind of on top of each other.
I feel it'd be better organized with different kinds of seating for different groups of people, depending on how many people you're there with.
Yes, that was certainly a confusing part, but I was also surprised by the service at Ooika. There were lots of people working there in the back, and yet it took us a while to get our drinks.
They also do serve food, which could explain some of the lag, but I feel that the service is a bit questionable.
Definitely. I mean, there weren't that many people compared to Maman, which was super crowded when we walked in.
Yes, it was super busy at Maman, but even though it was crowded, they still got us our food and drinks at a reasonable time.
That's true. The line at Maman was super long, but we had fun looking at the menu and all the decorations around the room, and the line moved super fast.
The menu was super cute there, so many different food and drink options.
At least the menu was easy to understand.
I know, I remember you having confusion with your drink at Ooika because how the menu was set up.
Yeah, that was super frustrating. I was expecting to get a coffee and ended up getting a matcha.
Ooika is pretty new, and they only opened in February of 2025, so maybe they're just trying to get everything figured out.
Maybe, but I definitely classify Ooika as more of a matcha shop or coffee place.
Yes, I totally agree. If you like matcha, this is the place for you to go try new drink flavors and sweet treats.
Yes, they had a lot of different flavors like dark chocolate and strawberry. But if you like aesthetic pictures, nice lighting, and a happy atmosphere, Maman is the place for you.
Don't just base your preference off of pictures you see online because they can be deceiving.
Yes, Ooika was not the place we were imagining after looking at it online.
It goes to show that sometimes you just need to discover a place that fits you best.
And that's why we're here. On to the actual coffee review.
Yes, this part was really interesting because I like both coffee and matcha, so I was excited to try some new drinks and see what I thought.
Matcha's a little too green for me, and I prefer to stick to just coffee.
Or you try to. I know you took your first step into matcha flavor by mistake when we were visiting Ooika.
Yeah, it's not really my thing. Totally not what I was expecting, but it was kind of what I was expecting it would taste like, but it still kind of shocked my taste buds.
Did it change your mind about the drink?
No, never again.
Well, maybe that's a good thing, or else you wouldn't be able to have our podcast work how it does now.
I really thought I was ordering a coffee, too. The menu and description of the drink made it seem like it was going to be a coffee.
I guess that shows you that you have to double check when you're ordering something.
Yeah, I hope not to make that mistake again, but I don't think I'm going back.
But you were able to try coffee when we went to the Maman.
Yes, and it was delicious. I ordered a honey lavender latte, and I never had anything like it before, and it was really unique. The drink came out infused with lavender, honey, and it added so much to the flavor. I never had anything like that before, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone who wants to try some new fun choices.
That's great. I know a lot of places are experimenting with different types of additives like sugar and cold foam. Does this one get a check from you?
Absolutely.
On to the matcha.
Okay, who should we talk about first?
Probably Ooika, as they are mainly a matcha-based place.
That sounds good.
I really liked the drink that I got there, even though it was super expensive.
It was extremely expensive. I would never normally spend that much money on a drink, especially when I didn't like it that much.
I ordered a regular matcha with almond milk, and I thought it was delicious. A little bit strong for my preference, but I know that every place makes theirs differently, especially when it is homemade and ground in the back.
And I did not mean to order matcha when I asked for a dark chocolate latte. I should have specified coffee and not matcha, which they did have on the menu. But they didn't even ask, so I was kind of disappointed. It was definitely a new experience.
I know that you thought it was gross, but when I tried your drink, I thought it was delicious. I even liked it a little bit more than the drink I got myself.
Well, I'm glad it didn't totally go to waste, because I thought it was kind of disgusting, and it was a lot of money.
Yep, that drink was like nothing I'd ever had before, and it was really unusual. I'll have to look around other matcha places to see if they have anything like it.
I agree that it was nothing like I've ever had before, and hope that it's nothing like I ever have again.
I remember one thing that you did like, though.
No paper straws.
I know that plastic straws could possibly hurt the environment.
But it might be worth it to keep the plastic straws, because they only affect the environment 0.025%, according to National Geographic. So to me, it's definitely worth it, because they've really just ruined a drink when they fall apart in your mouth.
For me, it was definitely a pro that they had plastic straws.
Let's talk about the matcha at Maman.
Yes, that drink I had there was also delicious. It was a regular matcha like before, so I had a similar drink to compare features with. The drink at Maman was a little sweeter, so that was a different experience, and one that I prefer.
The cups were a little different, though. Each place had plastic, but Maman's had a cute design with their name on it.
They also had a little flippy tab on the lid so you could have your drink open or closed. I really liked that.
I like that too, and Ooika's were cute, but they did not have that feature, and probably could spill.
Overall, both places had really great matcha, but I would recommend Ooika because it was more of a matcha place with different kinds of variations that you may like.
That's true. Let's talk a little bit about the food, because each place had some, and they were definitely very interesting, but we didn't have a complete meal at each place.
We didn't try anything when we went to Ooika, but we could see that they had sushi and savory foods in the back, which was very interesting.
They also had a different type of cookie and little sweet treats, but not nearly as much as Maman, and they weren't really a lunch, brunch meal place.
Yeah, like a full meal.
Yes.
I would say that Ooika had less because it was more like little snacks, and you could just have them while you sipped your drink.
Yes, or takeout. It was just something to munch on while you drank your matcha, and most people took their food or drink to go, which made sense because of the cramped space, even when there wasn't a lot of people in there.
Maman, on the other hand, had lots of different types of food and was more of a place where you could sit down and have a meal while socializing or hanging out with your friends, or even just people watching, as it was so crowded, but it didn't feel like it.
I agree there were lots of people who looked like they were there for lunch or brunch at Maman, and it was fascinating to see all the different types of dishes that they had to offer.
We tried 2 things when we were there, a Nutella beignet and a savory quiche.
The beignet was delicious.
But it was super filling, and if you got it, you would definitely need to split it with someone.
Yes, it was definitely a lot of food and definitely a sweet treat made to share.
You also got a quiche, right, Lydia?
Yes, I know you didn't get to see it because you had to leave before it came out.
Yeah, I wish I could have been able to get a good look at it and try some.
That was really the only frustrating part of our experience at Maman. It took forever for the quiche to come out, but it was worth it, and they apologized.
Hopefully that means it was super fresh and right out of the oven.
It definitely was, and it was nice to have something savory after that super sweet beignet.
There were also so many different types of food that we didn't choose.
When we were standing in line and looking at the menu, there's a display case that held all the sweet treats and pastries and food they had.
Some of them were pretty crazy looking, and I wish we could have tried them all.
They had a lot of different types to offer, including savory and sweet.
And that was just the start of the food that they had to offer.
While Maman had more of the food that we enjoyed, both places definitely had their ups and downs.
Yes, but nowhere is perfect.
That's right, but Maman was pretty close for me, though.
I guess if we go again, we'll have to try out some more things to review.
That's pretty much covered all of our notes from each place.
Let's do a quick overview to summarize our thoughts.
I think overall I would give Ooika a 4 out of 10. It wasn't really my vibe, and I'm not a big matcha person, so I can see how some people might really like it, though.
Interesting. I think that I give it a little bit higher of a rating, probably a 6 out of 10. While I really like the matcha, it wasn't really my aesthetic and vibes on the inside, which matters a lot when you're choosing a cafe to hang out in or get work done. The matcha is great, though, and I would have it again.
I know we didn't cover it, but I want to express how clean it was at Ooika.
Very clean. Every time after they touched cast or changed, they would wash their hands.
Maman was tidy too, though. They were always clearing off tables and cleaning them, wiping them down, and the staff was super attentive and wore gloves and everything.
Yes, that made me really happy, and I appreciated it.
For Maman, I would definitely give it a higher rating, probably a 9 out of 10, even though the quiche took a long time to arrive.
I agree. I give it a 9 out of 10 also. I really like the layout and the seating and the decorations, the food and the drinks, but I think that there's always room for improvement.
I think our reviews were reasonable, but you will have to go to each cafe and try out what you think.
Hopefully after listening to this, you'll be able to get a sense of which cafe you prefer and want to go try.
These spots both showed us that each cafe has its own story. It just depends on what kind of vibe you're looking for.
Exactly. Some days you want dark and quiet, and other days you want bright and busy.
Whether you're team coffee or team matcha, we hope you found a new spot to check out.
Either way, Princeton has a lot to offer, and we can't wait to explore more.
What about you guys? What matters most when you pick a cafe? Vibes, drinks, or food, or study potential?
Tell us on Instagram on the poll after this episode drops.
And if you try either of these spots, tag us. We'd love to see what you think.
So that's a wrap on today's episode.
Don't forget to look at the photos included to get a better sense of the food, drinks, and everything that each place had to offer.
And stay tuned for next episode where we'll be exploring some of our new Princeton favorites. Thanks for sipping and tripping with us. See you next time.